to marquee, that's a sushi roll. I'm a young CEO, gotta do as you're told. Gotta act your stat, gotta play your role. I was OT, all shutting down shows from A to B, long way to go. About time they know about me. Hello, the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready. Big Lion. Go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. The Jaguars had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Stroud here on 3rd and long. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses, also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. on play action. Lawrence. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They brought a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter, already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. This is taken at about the 14. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They just got to go seize it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stroud sets up the play action. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. An option handoff here to Mixon. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
70 Rangers, Panther 11, Panther 11.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive to the 43, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Easy. Read 44. Read 44.
Another run here with Sanders. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Tyree Wilson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now Lawrence changing the play. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. On second down, Lawrence. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this will be good. Off the right upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the jump. Set. Tempo. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
And Stroud now to throw. Quick slant to Brown.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Now Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud.
Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Come on.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
To Mixon on the check down. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now 2nd and 9. The throwing again is Stroud.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
Well, it's caught.
He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Jaguar pressure on a Jaguar sack. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he's safe for a loss of 4.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Hey, kill. Go, let's go.
Lawrence.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
They'll roll him out right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Cooper from 21 yards away.
And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, the bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Ready.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Escaping the pressure right. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Right there, hurt.
The man in motion is Brown. Mixing up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Stroud to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. A gain of 8 there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with a football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And this will be taken at the 13. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Okay, great.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Ready?
The second down throw now from Stroud.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Sanders on first down, not finding much of anything there, as he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Grant Delpit. And the Jags are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game with the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was he?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to Mixon on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Stop low, 18. Go.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Stroud on third down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. Going in motion left, that's Campbell.
Here's a give to Mixon.
And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Here's Stroud.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Smash Bronco!
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now Stroud.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Joe Mixon
From 6 yards away.
And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see him scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Lawrence. Into the hands of Cooper. On the move past the 40. Still going.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Sanders. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to potentially send us to overtime. Maher able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
This is 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. That's caught by Wilson.
Now the Giants will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Stroud. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. This from Tom Dempsey range here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield and go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
11. Here we go.
It's a second down run with Sanders.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
All
runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Hey, kill.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Down to the 25. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
First throw of overtime for Trevor Lawrence.
Under pressure, and down he goes. The second back at the 36. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The kick by Maher is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime or obviously, Charles, a touchdown.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Look at the big fella go. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown and a game winner in OT. A great game partner, spectacular finish. They needed at least a field goal to keep the game alive. They do one better. They get in the end zone and end it.
And I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. That type of a game takes it all out of us as well, not just the guys on the field. What a tremendous finish, and as you noted, were they going to go and try and get three and keep the game going? And that wasn't good enough for them. They got the touchdown, and that's why we're able to say goodbye.
So for the Jags, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to...
On top of that, she good for me. Baby wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of